All right. Today is November 8th, 2024. We're 2 days off the election, and volatility is drying up a little bit, but we are still at all time highs. Um, I had a pretty brutal session today in terms of P&L, but I actually think I did pretty good in managing my composure, and we're going to go through some trades, review it, and actually see if I did do as well as I did. Um, The most important trades that I want to cover today are the ones off the open. I think I had a really good session off the open because we had that volatility. Uh, but then later in the day, you can see that the volatility kind of dried up, but I was still taking aggressive trades. So you can see here in the timestamps like 10:04, 10:04, 10:05, 10:06, 10:06, 10:07, 10:08. Like I was getting pretty aggressive there in this little region. I cooled off a little later, but we still get some pretty aggressive trades like 10:19, 10:20, 22, 24, 24. So a little bit of aggression there. Um, for context, in the days prior, I've been having really good days trading aggressively, and I think that's because we had so much volatility going for us. Um, I was able to be really aggressive and pull it off. One thing I want to do when the journal platform comes out is I want to start tagging aggression. I'm kind of running out of room here, and I don't want my reviews like reviewing with this fucking spreadsheet is pretty difficult, and it takes a lot of time. And if I add more tags, I'm just gonna get lazy about it, and I'm not gonna do it. So I'm gonna hold off adding those tags for now, but I plan to once the website's up and running. But yeah, a little bit of context. We just came off a super volatile day on November 6th. November 7th, I was at work, so I didn't trade. And then November 8th, the volatility dried up, so my aggression wasn't really working. I should have been a lot more conservative today. If there's one takeaway I could have, it would be I should have been more conservative today. Um, on that note, I kind of wanted to go over some journaling. I wrote a really long message in the Discord, but that I never really got around to finishing. Um, in summation, um, or November 6th was a huge session for me. It was awesome. In a lot of ways, it was the greatest session I've ever had. You could see here that a lot of my emotions and my mistakes were good. My entries and exits were good. Um, I just I had a really great session on November 6th. One conclusion that I came to was that a session like we had on November 6th, and for context, that was one day after the election. Um, Trump won the election, and the markets reacted to all that, and it was very volatile. I think I traded really well in that environment. Um, I think I have a natural skill as a trader to perform well in high stress environments. Um, it's been the last couple of years of trading, I've been really struggling to find what I excel at because I have a lot of shit going against me. I dropped out of high school. I'm really bad with numbers. I'm slow. I have slow reaction speed. Um, I was diagnosed with ADHD. It's hard for me to pay attention. So a lot of shit stacked against me. The odds are not in my favor. However, one thing that I do think I'm really good at is maintaining composure when I'm stressed, in stressful environments. And I think some of that came from my upbringing and as well as my job, my current job. Very stressful, a lot of emotional stress, um, and you kind of have to perform. And it's the same thing with trading. You have to perform. You don't have an option. So that was one of the conclusions I came to yesterday is that after years of trying to find my natural skill, my natural talent, I think I perform really well in high stress environments. And November 6th was a great example of that. However, as I just said, when that volatility dries up and we're in a boring environment, I tend to do worse. I should be more conservative. So, biggest takeaway, I should have been more conservative today. But um, that's just a little bit of context. Let's get into some actual trades here. Ideally, first I would like to go back and look at my higher time frame analysis that I was doing. Let's see here. Yeah, so just briefly, we had a really good range on ES 10 minute, and I'll actually bring it up to show you guys. Let's see, ES 10 minute, yeah. So this is the ES 10 minute. This is what I was looking at in pre-market when I was doing my prep. The biggest thing to me was that Asia and London had the same high. They respected the same high, and it was never tested right here. Whether we broke out above that level or faked out and sucked back in didn't really matter to me. I just knew this was a really important level, and that was 10 even. So a lot of my aggression off the open was based around this level because I really wanted to see us interact with it. And it worked. Like, I had some really good trades off the open. So let's look at some of them. Let's see here. I apologize if the audio is kind of fucky. I was recording. I have audio stacked on top of audio in this, so I'm going to increase the playback speed just a little bit. I'll go like 1.25. Alright, that was not enough time to make coffee, but there's enough time to boil water, so I'll have to... I'm going to mute myself so you don't hear me talking in 1.25. So we come off the open here, and I've got that level marked out. For some reason I just deleted it, but you can see it right up here, this 10 even level. And I really wanted to come up and test it. I might even play back some of my narration here. I hope it's not too annoying for you guys. 60-10. Yeah, it's right there. 60-10. And I should be coming up on my first trade. Let's see if we can get a blowout above this area here. Got a chop walking up to it. I'm going to take a long here. So here's my first stab at a long. I'm trying to break out above that trade. Oof. Then it comes back against me really fast. Let's take that loss right there. So I think that was a pretty good attempt. However, I was early. I should have waited for this move down because we're 1 minute off the open. Literally fucking 1 minute off the open. And we ripped straight up. Ideally, it would have been nice if we came down and fucked some of those buyers first. So, this was an EV2 setup. I didn't have a lot of correlation today. I was kind of struggling on that. I was struggling to find correlation with stocks today, so I was just looking at ES and NASDAQ. That's why I call it an EV2. Mistakes. I'm tempted to call this impulsive. However, I think impulsive also implies the fact that I don't have a setup, or at least I'm trying to get into a setup too fast or without taking into consideration all other factors. I do think I was aware. I was aware of the risk. I knew where we were today. We were compressing. There was a really important level above us that I had really high expectancy for. So I'm going to give that a flawless. However, my entry was early, so I'll give it a early entry, late exit. Mean against, because I was going for a breakout, and then I'm also going to do slip against. I think I'm going to have slip against all day because we have so much fucking slip underneath us. We still do. Alright, 5-tick loss. So let's head over to the next trade. Because it, oh, we just entered it. So let's come back a little bit. So, one thing that I've struggled with in my trading is over trading and like specifically stopping out and then getting back in immediately. One thing I've done to try and steer away from that behavior is implement a change in character tag. Another stab at it here. So the reason I justified getting back in here is because there was a change in character from when I originally entered. When I originally entered, it was like a compression and I expected us to just blow through. I got stopped out. But the change in characters, the fact that we just fucked buyers. Like, this came down and stopped out all these late buyers.
Want to see
So I
a blowout above
reinitiate
that,
the trade
60-10 level.
and this one ends up working for me. Come on. Draws down against me 5 ticks there, I think.
Here we go.
What's up, dude? So that was a pretty nasty drawdown right there. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 ticks drawdown. The reason, usually I would reflexively get out here because I don't like it when trades draw down against me this much. But this fucking 10 level, dude, like, it's screaming at me. So high expected value. It was a much larger risk, so it's a high risk trade. Trying to get roughly like 1-to-1, maybe 1-to-2 on this. So I'm letting it breathe. I'll turn my narration right now, trying to get above the 60-10 level. It looks like it wants to blow through it.
It's been defending them, you know, they defended that a lot.
Yeah, big time.
But yeah, they could push it through.
So we just broke new high of day. And again, usually in a more conservative trading environment, this, like, I would be out here. I would have put in a market order or a limit order up near these highs. But we haven't breached this 60-10 level, and I'm still holding in anticipation for that. I'm trading 1 lots here. If I was trading like if I was scaling, I would scale out here. I probably would have taken some off. So you can see it comes back against me a little bit here.
Let's go.
I've been holding this one for a while. I'm not liking it. I want to get out of this trade soon. So you can see I'm holding this trade for quite a while, and I even say that in the narration. Like, I don't want to be holding this trade so long.
I don't know what's happening.
But it's still compressing. Like, we're chop walking up and we're compressing near highs. Compressing this hard off the open. It looks like it just wants to blow through. So I set an order there initially. That was kind of like a FOMO order. But I think I move it up 1 more tick because I really think we're going to blow through this level. In hindsight, maybe I should have taken it off at 75 instead of moving it up 1 tick. But I knew we were going to blow through it like that. So that was a very high high conviction trade right there. So I'm going to give that one an EV3 rating. I'm tempted to give it an EV4 rating, but I didn't really have correlation on stocks. I didn't have any correlation all day. Stocks were kind of off in their own world. Changing character. I think my entry was pretty fucking solid. Maybe I could have waited after that dip. But I'm not going to get too nitpicky, especially considering the expectancy. Like, if I'm conservative, this would have been a early entry. But I'm being pretty fucking liberal here. Like, I'm really trying to get this big move. So I'm going to call that entry good. I think maybe my exit was a little early for a blowout. I knew there was so much liquidity above this area, and we're gonna blow through it. I didn't think we were gonna top tick it. Like, it's got some fucking meat to it. So maybe I should have held until after we blew through that level. So I'm gonna say exit early on that. Mean against and slip against. So my next trade's at 934. It was a very high conviction play right there on my part.
Not even the high, 14, 13, like 13.
No, it was Asian high and London high, which is pretty ripe.
The all-time high though is.
Yeah, it's still pretty high up there.
No,
So
no,
me and
it's
Dream are talking about
13.
level and how
Isn't it?
this wasn't
Yeah.
all-time
Yeah,
high.
13,
The
we haven't
all-time
touched
high
it yet.
was 13, I
So-
think. But I was looking at that level
Oh,
specifically because of Asia and London. I think I get long on this move down here, I believe. Yeah, that was a great fake out. I think I missed my my short opportunity though. So a little bit of a bounce here. I start stalking it. I'm stalking along, I believe. I'll try to stab it along here. One tick loss. I didn't like how it came back down there. Yeah, so you can hear me say in the narration that I get long, expecting us to take back this reclaim up to all-time highs, but it came back on me, and at this point I'm trying to be a little more conservative because that level has blown through. Like, we already blew through that 10 level. So I get long here, but it comes back against me a couple ticks, and we're flat, so we're rolling flat at 7 even. And usually when it does that, it wants to fucking run that liquidity. I think this trade works without me, which is a little frustrating. I think at this point I switch my mental from a good rating to a neutral rating.
Yeah, that long could have worked. I should have
A
held that.
poor rating is tilt, so I'm not quite on tilt, but I'm also not in that fucking flow state anymore. I'm a little irritated. I'm a little thrown off by the session. So yeah,
I
you can
changed
see
my
this little button up here.
mental
I changed
rating
it to 2 to neutral just because that first 8 tick win took a lot out of me, and that was holding. And this fucking trade went on without me. This would have been a great fucking trade. So let's review this trade right here. Why isn't it pausing? There we go. So 1 tick loss. That was EV2, I believe. Yeah, I think we get into EV2 territory, and all these are EV2. Any mistakes on that? No, I don't think there were any mistakes on it per se. I mean, exiting early is kind of a mistake, but that's more execution based than it is like emotions. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a flawless. So flawless rating. Entry good, but exit early. Definitely could have held that one. Long, so I was against the mean. We had some slip above us, I guess. But for the sake of data collection, I'm going to do that against. Alright, and then 936 should be coming up here. I think I take a short here. And then take a stab at a long here, see if we can blow through
another
it.
long.
Trying to get a blow through. 2 ticks in my favor. I take it off right here, and I think I get a 3 tick one. Taking it off here, I don't like it's going flat. There we go. Filled. 3 tick win. So 3 tick win, I maybe could have grabbed another tick out of it, because when it rolls flat like this, it looks like it's going to blow above. So pretty conservative taking it there. So let's review this one. This was also EV2. Again, I'm going to give this flawless, because my emotions are pretty good right now. I'm not over trading, although I am aggressive, but aggressive isn't a bad thing. Entry good. I'm going to do exit good, because I don't think I should have held too much. I think that would be like holding. Long, so mean against, and slip against. Alright, now we're getting my first short trade. Yeah, I'm at 38, so I'm going to skip around a little bit. Flip recall. And that's as good as it gets right there. So I say that's as good as it gets real right there in terms of the slip reclaim. So it washed liquidity right here, and then it reclaimed the entire move. Picture perfect. That's a picture perfect wash reclaim. So now we're heading down, trying to short here. So I take a short here because we came up and ranged and rejected off highs, and we've got this flat area below us. So we still haven't tested that flat area at 7. So this this initial down move is pretty good confirmation for me. So I get short and
Two tick
win. Could I have held it longer? Yes, I absolutely could have held it longer. So I'm EV2. I'm going to give this another flawless because I still think I'm executing pretty good here. Entry, you might have been a little late, which is rare. I don't get a lot of late entries. I'm tempted to do exit early because I could have held that a little longer. Yeah, let's do it. Exit early. Mean favor and slip favor because I'm short. Then I take another long at 48, so let's skip. NVIDIA looks like it's bouncing, so it might be trying to reclaim that huge sell-off, which could give us some movement here. I think I take a stab trying to get all-time high here.
Took a 1 tick loss very quickly. Getting up there, good management.
I'm trying to long here for the breakout. Missed it. Oh fuck, I got filled. I did not like that. Break even. Alright, so break even. This was a misinput. Because I tried to get long and didn't fill. And then when I went to go cancel it, I think I misclicked and I accidentally set an order higher. Let's watch it again.
Very well. Only took a 1 tick loss.
So I'm stalking it. I'm kind of looking to get long.
Getting up there, good management.
I'm trying to long here for the breakout. Missed it. Oh fuck, I got filled. Okay, so I went to cancel it and it came down too quick. So that's not really a misinput. I think that's just me being too slow to cancel it. I should have my mouse closer to where I'm at. Actually, since the end of the session, I've changed my hotkeys to have a cancel button. Cancel buy, cancel sell. So try and eliminate that from happening. But let's go ahead and shut this. So I'm gonna put a misinput mistake on this one. Entry late, and I'm gonna say good exit because I do want to get break evens on misinputs. Oh, that was long, so I was against and against. And then I like that. 9:49, so a minute later I have another trade. Yeah, it definitely wants that all-time high. So I think we get 13 here.
Yes.
It looks like we top tick
Oh,
all-time high.
yeah, that long. Maybe I should have been more patient. That wasn't
So
too
top tick, and I think I get short here because it looks like it's sucking back in.
not necessarily. That makes sense.
Yeah, it just kind of has that look to it.
Should have been more ambitious with the target in that trade. There's large buyers here getting absorbed. I don't know what this could go.
So top ticking all-time high here.
Trying the short. Let's see if I can get filled here.
So yeah, there's me getting short there.
For
But we're kind of chopping.
nice.
It's not really giving me the movement I want right now.
Being very conservative, we are at all-time highs.
And then that print scares me out of it.
So we just had that
big tail that we printed. I was short there. I took it for a 1 tick win. 1 tick win. So EV2. I don't like taking shorts here. I think this might have been impulsive. I don't like that we came up and fucking retested it and it's rolling flat against us, so I'm gonna give that an impulsive rating. My entry, it's hard to gauge an entry like this. I'm gonna do entry early because I should have waited for a little more confirmation. And then I think I'll give it exit good because I'm glad I got out when I did. That was a short, so we'll do mean favor and slip favor. Alright, 956. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Mess around with some of my chart settings here. We're back at all-time highs.
Come on, blow through. Don't blow you through. Let's get only. Take the one.
Trying to do a long here. Alright, I don't like this trade either. It kind of looks like... I know why I took it, right? We're chop walking up. It looks like we want to break above all-time high again. We come down and flush this liquidity here, tiny little spike, so I get in. If this is my thesis, I should have been in a lot sooner. Like, this is a late entry. And we've started, like, chopping. We're stuck in a 3-tick range here. It's, at this point of the day, I should have been aware that the volatility is drying up. Like, this is no longer volatile. And it comes against me, so I took a 1-tick loss. I'm glad I did take a 1-tick loss. I think it comes back against me even more. It would have, yeah. It would have really stopped me out, so I'm glad I got out when I did. So EV2, I'll give that another impulsive rating. Late entry, good exit. That was a long, so I was against. And then 957, I think I take another stab at it. So we get a change in character, 3-tick reinitiate, 3-tick win. So that's what I wanted. I wanted that deep stab right there. We fuck some of the sellers, or some of the late buyers, and then come back up. So I'm much more happy with that one. So I'll give this an EV2, change in character. My entry could have been a little better. Yeah, I'll give that late entry, good exit. Fuck, dude, we're not even halfway done. Phew. Alright, 1004. Alright, so we get a little bit of a sell-off here. This looks like a really good M pattern, but I think I fall in love with this trade here, this setup. Yeah, so I take the long here, and it's a good long. Like, this looks like it has legs to it.
Let's see.
But I just don't think it was right. 1-tick loss, 1-tick loss. Great 1-tick loss, by the way. Like, holy fuck, dude. Getting out right there was awesome. That's one thing. I'm trying to decide how I want my hotkeys set up. Like, this was a really good exit with my current hotkey setup. 1-tick loss. Ooh, that was close. I'm not sure I would be able to replicate that with clicking. So one thing I did is I changed my hotkeys to be more DOM centered, which means that I'm clicking more, and I don't think I could have clicked out of that. I got some tough decisions to make moving forward with hotkeys, but let's review that trade. EV2. On the face, it looks impulsive. It looks like I'm impulsive, but I'm actually going to give this first trade a flawless because it's a good setup. Like, that looks like a quick V-flush, so I'm going to give this a flawless. Entry good, exit good, and I'm long here, so mean against, but I'm actually going to do slip favor because we did have a lot of fucking good reclaim above us. Picture perfect. And then a couple minutes later, I think I took another stab at it, yeah. So right here. Try one more long stab here.
More absorption of buyers. I can't get in.
Yeah, I think I took way too long to get out here. It's chopping too much here, and you could pretty clearly see that. usually these V flushes are very sharp, so they'll print a very sharp bottom, and then they'll either take off up, or take off down. And if it's not going up really fast, then I need to get out of it. That being said, I don't think I was over trading because I did wait for a changing character. We came down and swept a little bit more liquidity, but that can also be dangerous because if you're trying to catch a knife, every down move looks like a changing character. So I will give this one an impulsive rating. I think my entry was good, but my exit was late. I was long, so mean against, but I'll give it a slip favor. 10.05, so I took another really aggressive trade here, and this
As much as I like that M pattern, I think I'm gonna have to sit this one out just because.
Oh,
this
it's
is
right
pretty
after I
nasty
say
move
that
down.
too. The shorts might be in play.
Was too aggressive.
Short
I
here.
was expecting this exact move that just happened.
Oh,
It
come
was
on.
too early.
Touch no fill.
Touch no fill.
There we go.
3-tick win.
Saying the exact same shit I'm saying in the narration. Anyways, so I decided to go short here because this is kind of curling. Usually when I'm trying to get long on a V flush, it's sharp down, sharp up. Right? It can chop on its way up, but I don't want it to chop near the bottom. Let me see if I can actually get a drawing here. So let me screenshot this. So, when it's V flushing, I want it to be straight down, straight up, and then maybe some chop blocking, you know. But when it comes down like this, and I'll draw it over here just so it's a little easier to see. Comes down, little bump, comes down, little bump, comes down, little bump, and now it's kind of chopping. It doesn't look like that's too perfect. For it to then chop block up like this, you don't see that. That's not very natural. However, what will happen is we'll flush fuck up. We'll flush all these FOMO, because these are FOMO sellers. We'll come up and flush them out, and then flush back down. And this turns it from a long setup into a short setup. We're curling, and then we're fucking. And that's kind of what I was looking for here. And I got it. So 3-tick win right there. I think that was a pretty solid trade. I'm going to give that a flawless and fucking perfect execution, man. I don't think I could have nailed that any better. Short, so I'm going to do me in favor and slip favor. And then 10.06.
Start making back.
So we're back above that prior range. Where's my big loss? I think this is my big loss. So this was impulsive. This was FOMO. I think I still should have been cognizant of this setup taking place. So if I might go back here. What just happened was we're coming down, we're curling, we come up and flush the liquidity, and then we come back down. And that's where I get short. So this was a great short setup. What happens next is we come back up again and fuck more shorts. This is where I get long because of FOMO. It looks like, oh man, there's so much reclaim above us. You know, we just stopped out all these shorts. I want to get long, try to take back this reclaim. It's the same setup. We're fucking these shorts, and it's gonna come back down again because we're curling. You know, I still think this was a good short setup, but I was taking it long out of FOMO. I'm gonna try taking a stab at a long here, and what does it do? comes back in. Man, I'm getting murdered on longs. That sucked. So it was a 9-tick loss right there. That was my loss right there. That was a huge loss for me. I haven't taken any losses that big yet. So I just need to be mindful of that moving forward. That when we're curling and shooting up like that, it's no longer a reclaim. I shouldn't be taking longs here. I should be getting short. Another thing to mention is that this should have been my first clue to stop trading this range, because we start doing some really wacky shit here. Damn. And you'll see that. So let's review this trade. This was EV2. Definitely impulsive. I'm even going to give it a chasing tag, because I was trying to get long at the top. Like, that's chasing. That's fucking FOMO if I've ever seen it. Late entry and late exit. That was a long, so I had slip or mean against, and I'm also going to do slip against, because we've already taken back so much of that reclaim above us. Like, it's I no longer have the fucking slip favor, so slip against for that one. And then not even 30 seconds later, I take another pretty big loss. I need to take breaks after taking trades like these. Damn, another loss there. That might be it. So I'm still trying to get long at the bottom of this range. Like, I kind of want to nail down this point, like what we're doing here. We're curling. We come down. We curl. We flush fuck up. We flush fuck up even higher. And now I'm trying to get long on here, not realizing this is a battering ram. They're taking cracks trying to get lower. You know, so we come up, slam low, we didn't get it. We come up even higher, slam low, we didn't get it. We're probably going to slam lower again. You know, like we're it's obviously trying to fucking push lower. And that's what it does for me. So instant 5-tick loss there. Or what was that, 6-tick, 5-tick? And at this point, this range starts getting really fucky. Like, look how fast. On no volume, it screams up like that. This should have been my sign to sit out, but I think I start getting into over trading here, which is what we're going to get into. This one was impulsive. I'm going to give that an over trading tag. Entry early, exit late. I was against the mean, and I was against the slip. My next one is at 10:07, so roughly a minute in the future. Don't tell me I get long up here again. I think I get long here.
For a short 12.25, thinking that this will be a range that holds.
No, I think I get short here. Yeah. So I get short here on the thesis that we're gonna do it again. We're gonna come up and then flush fuck down, especially since we just broke this 12.25 area. But I'm just not paying attention to what's going on, dude. Like, we're clearly trying to generate liquidity. And I think this one goes in my favor. Damn, missed that. Yeah, fuck, man. That was brutal. So, this time, going short here, I did have a good read on the market. It took 3 tries, but then I finally realized, oh, we're battering ram. We're doing the battering ram. So a 3rd spike up and then flush back down. So I'm trying to get long here. I'm trying to get long here. And then I finally realized, all right, I should be getting short here because we're going to slam back down. But I botched the execution. So I'm not going to give this one an over trading because I wasn't longing. I wasn't still trying to catch the long. Changing character? No. I don't really want to give this a flawless because there were some mistakes, but I had a good read. I had a good feel. The thesis actually did play out. I just fucking executed poorly, so I think my entry was a little early, if I'm not mistaken. No, dude, I think my fucking entry was good, man, which fucking really sucks. I kind of wish it was an early entry, but no, it was a good entry, and I just fucked it. Excuse me. And then early exit, obviously. I had mean favor on that one, and I also had slip favor, so, man, I really fucking choked this trade right here. I'm really bummed about it. That could have made back some of those losses there. And then I spiral, like I get into such bad trades here. We'll see that moving forward here. Alright, so let's get into the next trade. 1008. I'm going to try to fly through some of these because a lot of this is over trading. Yeah, I try to get long here and not realizing that we're going to fuck through the lows. Yeah, so I'm going to give that one impulsive. I'm not going to give it overtrading yet, but the overtrading's coming. You're just going to have to take my word for it. Entry late, and actually I think the entry was pretty good, so we'll keep that, and that is a long trade, so I was against and against. Next one, 10-15, so I do manage to take a little bit of a break here. Go back, and then it would come up, and then we're still not getting through this fucking
Try
range. Oh, dude, that's so bullshit. Fucking rhythmic, man. Alright, I need to focus on what I just did here, so.
There's
I
no
hear you.
excuse. That's sloppy.
So I think this is a misinput.
Let me try.
Yeah, see, so. Oh, man, that's so frustrating. I want to look at that one more time. So this is where hotkeys fucked me. Is I was trying to take a short breakout. So this range, it's rolling flat at what, 850, and it's kind of compressing. It looks like it wants to break out. So I put in a short order to join the ask, but it rips up so fast. And that's the problem with the hotkeys.
Let me try.
Is it filled me. So it still says open right here. The order still says it's open after I tried to join the ask, but it's gonna fill me here. It's not gonna fill me way the fuck up here. It's gonna fill me down here. And sure as shit, that's what happened. Oh, dude, that's so bullshit. Fucking rhythmic, man. My impulse is to blame it on rhythmic, but that was me.
Oh.
That was definitely me. I have
You
to
went
cancel
through
it
a
all.
limit order or a bracket?
So that's another huge loss right there. Granted, I had a good setup in mind. But I need to get better at these fucking executions. So I'm going to put that as a misinput. There were other shit going on here that I'm not happy about execution-wise, but by using the misinput tag, it'll help me eliminate some of these trades, hopefully. I'm going to say my entry was a little early, and my exit was late. I was shorting. I'm going to say mean mid here, because we were kind of at the midpoint of the day, and then slip favor. I take another trade 2 minutes later at 17. Alright.
Come on, push. There you go. Fucking Christ.
Short.
Getting out for a 1 tick loss. Jesus Christ. 1 tick away from my target, but the visual was perfect.
Taking a stab short here. I don't like it. Another pretty big loss right there. That's a 4 tick loss. I think I was early on that entry there. I'm not quite getting into overtrading, but I'm definitely in impulsive territory. Entry early, exit late. Shorting, I'm going to do mid again and then favor. And then about a minute later, I have another trade. So I think I'm trying to short it again. Stab short here.
Losing.
If we can reclaim this range, but I don't like that we're compressing. I'm going to try to take a 1 tick loss. Yeah, 1 tick loss there.
So
And
I
I
get
one tick
into
loss
that
there.
trade.
And it
Yeah, that
rips
was a
up.
great-
So what it looks like on the bigger time frame on the 30-second is we were trying to jackhammer it. So let me draw it out again. I'll try to make this look a little better. We curled, right? So the first thing we did was curl. We came up and tried. This is where I got long foolishly. And we're battering ram. So we're trying to fuck liquidity and then come down. Didn't work. We did it again. Come down. It didn't work. Chopped around and then we tried it again. And then it didn't work. So if we're really fucking taking swings at this thing and it's not going through, something's going on here. Like, there's got to be a buyer. Granted, it does add confirmation onto a short trade. Like, it does make me like, oh, they're trying really hard. Someone really wants to blow through this range. But if it's not working, it's not working, dude. And
You know,
you can kind of see how we let me look at it on the proper chart here. So we go to ES 30-second. So we take a couple really big swings at it, and then we start chopping in the middle. So let me start just kind of chopping like this. And that tells me that the sellers who are trying to battering ram this are losing momentum. They expended themselves. Like, they're not going to be able to really pull this off again. And then we break out to the upside. So for me to get short all the way over here is kind of ignorant of the fact that, like, hey, we've tried, we failed. I should be getting long up on this move, especially given the context of all-time high. Like, we're gonna keep going up, most likely. So
great. You know,
let me take a short here, but I also review that trade. That was a one-tick loss, right? Yeah, one-tick loss short. EV2. I do think that was a little impulsive. Not quite over trading though, is it? 10-17, 10-18, about a minute apart now. I won't give that an over trading quite yet. Entry early. Exit good. I'm gonna do slip favor because we were quite a ways higher, right? Yeah. Slip favor. Alright, my next one is at 10-19. Also, don't want this is where I start getting let this one breathe a little bit.
no, I can't get in, man. I can't get it in.
So I
That's
keep
no
trying to
favor
go
then.
short. I'm trying to fucking short on this goddamn breakthrough of liquidity. Like, so many shorts have piled in. Like, these are all shorts right here. Shorts are piling in. And they're all waiting for this break, because that's the most obvious move. The most obvious move is a break of this support, and we don't get it. And now we're fucking everyone who tried to get short here. It should be obvious that we're going to keep going up. So
Goodbye.
I'm going to give this an over trading. So impulsive, over trading, entry early, late exit. We did have favor at this point. Oh, sorry, that meant to be favor. Slip favor. Alright. 10:20. So about a minute later. Yeah, I'll try it here. Another short, dude. That is fucking over trading if I've ever seen it.
Faster than.
So yeah, same thing. I'm getting short on a fucking clear out, you know. So impulsive, over trading, entry early, exit late, or maybe I'll do exit good just because it was a one-tick loss. Favor. 22.25, but this time it's long. So now, like an idiot, I realize we're going up, and I try to get a late long on it. And I'm late at this point. The move is over. I should not have been getting long here.
You know, ideas are all good.
About kind of long. It's yep. See, this one goes in my favor quite a bit. I think I could have looked to it. I get out here. 1 tick loss. Touch no fill. There. Yeah. So EV2 impulsive. I'm gonna hold off on overtrading because I was at least switching up what I was going for. Excuse me. Early entry, good exit because it was a 1 tick loss, I suppose. Against 1024, so 2 minutes in the future. So what I'm looking for is a break of trend. We're chop walking up, and getting a break of trend is a good pullback for me, but it has to look right. So right here it kind of looks right, but in hindsight it should have been a deeper pullback. Like I should have waited for a deeper move. One. Yeah, right here is where I should have been getting in. So I am going to throw in over trading on this one. Entry early, exit good. Against. Then my next trade is at 24.55, which should be coming up here. So it finally gives me what I want. It gives me a good pullback. And I actually think this was a pretty good trade. So I might give this a change in character. Alright, I'm trying one more long here. But I'm keeping it tight. Yeah, 1 tick loss. Fuck, man. Really, 1 tick loss and it goes in my favor. So this is the thing about mental capital, is if I had just waited, like if I had just sat here and waited and watched all this shit, I would have had the mental capital to get in here and hold it. Because this goes on to be a very choppy trade, and it would have been a very hard trade for me to hold. But I could have done it had I just fucking waited all this shit out. So this was actually, on its face, a very good trade. So I'm going to do change in character. My entry was good, but my exit was early. I was mean against and slip against. And then I take a short trade at 28, so we gotta skip forward a little bit. So it looks like we just top ticked all-time high, and we're sucking in. However, this is an aggressive trade. Shorting near high of day or much less all-time high is aggressive. And this trade also went to work for me. That's 2 ticks drawdown. Like I could have held this. It was just early. So I might give this one an impulsive. Just because I don't think I should have been shorting up here. Entered late and exited early. I had favor. Take a long at 1029. I try to get long here. But see, if this is a horrible trade. If I'm getting long here after we just top ticked, like I'm going against myself. If this trade would have worked, I'm pissed off, so I'm trying to take it again. Like this is, I might actually give this a revenge. Revenge tag. Entry early. Exit good, because I guess it was a one tick. This was long, so I was against. Alright, last trade of the day. 1032.
So took a bunch of break-evens, bonus.
Can't get a good read today, like I have.
There you go.
So it looks like we're top ticking again, but lightning doesn't strike twice, man. Stab short here. Like this is not the same character. This right here is what I call a tail. So we printed a tail above all-time high and then faked out and sucked back in. Like that was a pretty good short trade. But here we're like chop walking up and then we kind of 2 tick range and then we lethargically come back down. That to me tells me it's a sustained breakout. I don't know why I'm
Really?
short here.
3 tick win. I've been trying to get 3 ticks for like the past 10 trades. I get.
So that's my last trade of the day right there. Give that EV2. I might change. I'm going to change this one to EV1 because it was very poor. I'll change this one to EV1 because it was also very poor. Trying to get long after that move. These were my two most undisciplined trades. So this one was impulsive. Chasing maybe. No, I just think it was impulsive. Entered late. Like if I am taking a short here, that's a pretty late fucking area to get in. My exit was decent, but I'll still give it an exit late. And that was short, so I had favor. That's pretty much my session. I'm not terribly proud of how many impulsive trades I had down here, especially the over trading. Like I did have a couple instances of over trading, but after doing this review and going back and watching it, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Like I'm not losing control. I'm just making mistakes, and we all fucking make mistakes. However, that being said, like this account is pretty much on the verge of blowing up. This cumulative P&L doesn't take into consideration commissions and all that shit. So I am really low on the account. I think I'm like within a day or two of blowing it up, but I'm trying not to focus too much on P&L because P&L is more edge based. Like I'm trying to develop edge and skill and managing trades and shit. What I am focusing on is this mistakes column. This right here is an example of me losing my fucking composure. Like this is what it looks like when I lose my composure. And I haven't done that in a long time. This is a death spiral where I just fucking blow through trades, and I also reach a poor mental state. I did have like a bit of a relapse, if you want to call it that, on the 28th of October, but nothing near as bad as that. Had some over trading here, but as far as I'm concerned, man, like this is a winning streak. Like look how many flawless trades I'm putting in. My executions are looking a lot better. I'm focusing on edge. My mental looks good. Like I'm staying in that 1-2 range. I haven't gone on tilt in fucking weeks. Like last time I went on tilt was on the 28th, which I suppose was last week, but still, point still stands. Really proud of my trading lately. Today, I did fall into a bit of a mental trap where that range just got so fucking wicky on us. I think these two ranges right here were horrible. And I just need to be more aware of that. Like when we are just fucking straight up trending like this. Trying not to get suckered into these fucking positions. So, wasn't a horrible day, but it also wasn't my best. Moving forward, I would like to be more aware of the larger time frame. I think I was too zoomed in most of the day. Like if I go to this video and I scroll through, it's not going to let me scroll through very well, is it? Because it's a live video. Pretty much anywhere I scroll to on this video, I'm looking at the vista when I should be looking at the overview. So I think I was just too zoomed in today. I wasn't really paying attention to larger trends, larger ranges. This whole ordeal right here really fucked me, and I'm really glad I got to go over it so well in my review, because I want to avoid situations like this where we're trying to break through a range and it's not working, and then I fall for it later. Less frequency of trades would be nice. Like I think after I took this 112 trade, I should have taken a 10-minute break at least, come back, that would have if I took a 10-minute trade after taking this loss, I would have avoided these losses right here, which would have put me in a much better shape P&L wise today. So anytime I take a really big loss, I should be aware of the fact that, hey, something's not working, like something's going on here that I'm not familiar with. Let's just take a break and try to observe instead of trying to trade it. So that's pretty much my session. I'm gonna go into more review later in terms of like introspection and things I need to do moving forward and shit like that. But I just wanted to get this fucking journal out of the way and show some trades. So that's pretty much it for my review.